Welcome back to rebuilding my first Minecraft world with Diamond Dog 27. But before I get started today, I actually have an idea for this thing. So I'm going to make a little gazebo type thing out of diamonds with a lava light in the center, which is a good upgrade from that tiny little pathetic box. I just built this thing and then I realized I'm probably going to put the bridge here. Well, that sucks. But I suppose it looks cool for now. So first on the agenda, this, which is a courtyard blocked by trees and filled with torches and really small with a really tall roof, and it sucks a lot. And now I'm going to make it awesome. Now the first problem with the place is it's way too small. So I'm going to make it bigger and clear some trees. You know, I'm not actually sure that's much bigger than the original, if it's even bigger than the original at all. So this spawn city is a mix of futuristic and sort of like ancient builds. But with this one, I think I'm going to go with a more ancient build style and make it sort of like a thing from like Roman or Greek architecture. Sort of like maybe the Pantheon. So what I'm going to do is have massive pillars rise up. They'll be nice and thick and interesting looking. Then I'm going to do a nice interesting roof on top, sort of rising up a little bit. Not a lot though. Some detail columns here, probably going in a little bit like this to make it more interesting, but still not too over detailed. And then I think instead of just having a basic courtyard which no one's going to use, I'm actually going to try and make it like a map room. So have a map here, and it's going to be of the new surrounding area and maybe even further. I think that'll be a cool change. I'll pretty much be using all the stone variants except for the mossy. So let's go. I'm going to try the pillars like this. I think it gives it more depth. This pig just escaped. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Nice. A better attempt at lighting. Waffle lights. It could still use some tweaks, but I think it's pretty solid. Now for some maps. Nice. I don't think the waffle lights work too well, so I'm going to try hanging lights. Nah, looks kind of weird. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. Also added some furnaces to break up the floor. I think it sort of works. I think I add some bushes around here to make it a little bit more closed in and makes sense, maybe. I like that. Now that that's done, let's move on to the random park with random flowers, random benches, a random pond, a random bridge that sort of looks like a stormwater drain, a random chicken, a random mushroom, random trees, and torches absolutely everywhere. I suppose it's not too bad, it's just kind of random. Now it's time to rebuild the random park. Tree! I'm actually going to move the park over a bit just to make it align with this, because right now it's kind of lopsided. I think I'll give it some custom trees. Nice. Some more on this side. Nice. I like it. Now for the pond. Flowers. Lily pads. Flowing water. replacement lily pads. Now to make a retaining wall. Looks okay, but I think it could use some extra decorations. This is actually one of the few places where a torch on a stick actually looks kind of cool. I just changed it to be 2 glowstone. Now I think it's finished. One last thing. Done. Additional bushes. Nice. Now that these 2 things are done, let's move on to this house ring. So you come here, you walk along here, you look around here, and then you come in here, and it sucks. Plus it's also got an existential life crisis sign, which is interesting. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having this ugly rectangle, change it to a circle, and then change the houses to look sort of like the futuristic doghouse, except with an extra room or 2. One other thing I also want to do is connect it up to the other places, because right now it's on its own and there is absolutely no good way of getting to it. And this path just abruptly cuts off, like, what even? I don't think I was thinking when I was doing this. Now to remove some more trees. Measuring things is always a mess. Looking a little better. Progress update, I suppose. Looking plain, but getting there. I don't know why I'm struggling with this place so much. I just feel like it's not coming along how I expected. Just gonna hide anything that doesn't look so great. Yep. This bush is supposed to be here. Add a door. I don't think I'm gonna really decorate these houses, but I think I'll still put a bed in. Yeah, that's enough. Water. Nice. I wonder if it would look better without the glowstone. You know, when I was changing out the glowstone to slabs, I figured, what if I put them in the houses? And you know, it actually doesn't look too bad. Add some antennas. Hopefully it'll help with the detail problem. Redstone torches as well, maybe. Makes it feel a little bit more alive. More light up there. Now there's this awkward contrast between the stone slabs and the glowstone. So I don't know if adding an archway is going to make it better or just make it too busy. I'll mess around with it for a bit. I don't know if this is working out. Yeah, alright. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know if I'm making this better or worse. So I think it's time to leave this project. Now to move on to this thing. The house line, as I'm calling it, which I must have gotten some new idea in mind or new inspiration and tried to copy it. However, I don't actually know where I got my inspiration from or what the original even looks like, because these houses really suck. There's like nothing to them at all. Look at them, they're terrible. And then there's this library with a nonsensical and just terrible path, and it's cut into the mountain, and there's torches, and there's this torch that makes no sense. It's not too bad inside, it's just, unfortunately, the rest of it's just eh. And the wooden houses also make no sense with the rest of the city's futuristic vibe. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and make this place awesome and try and fix up whatever I was trying to do with this tower. I think it was some creeper face tower. Oh, and remove this failure. Yeah, me mixing lava or trying to play with lava didn't end well. Still remnants to this day of the day I completely failed doing stuff with lava. Anyway, so let's build. Now let's start off by clearing some cherries and installing a path. I feel like making it like a little pond makes a lot more sense than just having random flowing water. Now I'm going to try and make a better version of the little house design and make it quaint and cozy but still big enough to actually live in. Now in the original I actually had a little step up for these houses, so I'll keep it. You know, I actually really like the new oak texture. Gets rid of these annoying dots and it gives it a more smooth feel, whereas this just looks quite rough and bumpy. The original houses didn't even have like a roof on them. It was just ceiling. I don't even know if that was intentional. I think it might have been. What was I thinking? So one thing I like to do when building is have a different block for the floor, the walls and the roof. It just looks more professional and it also gives it more contrast. Now I'm not really going to decorate it too much, but I'll give it a few things just to make it look less plain. Nice. Add some bushes. Cool. I think the use of wooden buttons gives it some character. Plus also a trapdoor shutter. Looks better. A lot better compared to the original. Now to attempt the library. Now admittedly I don't hate the library, it's just it needs to be fixed up a bit and actually made symmetrical. So I'll be using all the stone brick variants, some glass, and for the floor, cyan carpet. So let's go. Honestly, I absolutely love being able to fix up my old builds. Finally make something cool out of something that was just not really that cool in the first place. One problem with the original library is that it had books, but I mean like not very many. So I'm fixing that. Make a little book nook reading area. Oof. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. So it's going to have my wood on the inside because I feel like it just makes more sense to be made of wood on the inside rather than stone. So see how that looks. You know, one thing I did not think about was lighting. Whoops. Yeah, that sort of works for lighting. I think I'll just do a single seat. Otherwise, 2x2 just looks too big. Skylight maybe? Wow, can I just say from this angle it actually looks really cool. Sort of gives it an interesting maze-like feel with this and actually makes it look like a proper library. I love it. Gem. More waffle-like trees. Add some ladders to give it more depth. Nice. Villager. Yeah, he'll do even though he's not a librarian. Now just to finish the roof. Complete. Now these walls are still really flat, but I don't really think it matters. I'm going to have a house here anyway, so it'll be covered up and honestly pretty irrelevant. So I'm not bothering. But as for the front, there's going to be heaps of bushes and plants. In this design I'm going to have the water pass under all these little stairs. I think it'll look super cool. Yeah, that does give it an interesting vibe. Flowing water. I know I should stop adding lag items, but I just think this will look cool. And it does. Change this to jungle leaves. Yeah, it gives it a better contrast. Yeah, I think changing it up there just helps with the contrast. Honestly, just rebuilding those two things, it looks amazing. However, there's this chicken fort that was supposed to be here. Well, time to figure that thing out. Trying to make this thing look cool is going to be an interesting task. Well, let's go. So, same box as the pig fort, just with jungle leaves as the decoration leaf. I think I'm going to attempt a time-lapse with this. Let's see how it goes. Well, it's a lot better than the original, even though I know the chickens can escape in a few places. Oh well, I'll deal with it later. Time for the other houses. Now here's where things get interesting with the houses. As they drop off here, I figure it's best not to just keep it straight and on stilts, but instead have it come down to the river and give it a riverside view room, which makes sense in an upmarket city area, well, despite the fact that it's next to an ancient fort. Only a small amount of decoration, but I like it. So since these houses are going to be too similar, I'm going to make this roof a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, there's some space restrictions, and as I want to do bigger houses, it's going to mean more squished designs. Let's just pretend the beach came up to here. I like the roof being different. I just feel like it could use something else still. Looking better. Looking fancy. I like it. Another house done. Even a little bit of interior as well. I could have added trapdoors, but I ain't coming back in here. So, whatever. Now this one's actually going to be in the water because, well, not a lot of space, so bit hard to make it a decent size. And instead of having cobble here, I'm going to have cracked stone bricks, like some sort of retaining wall or something, and to give it some texture. Yeah, maybe, kind of. Oh, I just want it to look different to the other ones. Inside's a bit decorated too. I actually really like it with this. Makes it feel more like a house. Nice river views. Time to work on this one. Taking a step back, these roofs just look like massive hunks of wood, which is not good. So, I'm going to try something and see if it works. Does this work? Does it? Does it look good? I feel like the buttons make sense, but they also kind of look like a face. Like a walrus or something with the fences. Well, I'll come back to it after. Finally, another house complete. Though I am sick of building them, and there's probably still going to be 3 more on this side, but whatever. This one looks a bit different to the others, having an extra room up the top because they were getting kind of boring and needed some variation. Inside you have a ladder up to the attic. Down here you have the little sitting area and a little secret underground bedroom, which kind of makes more sense than having no bedroom, though I don't know if I'm going to bother adding it to the rest of the houses. So I think it looks cool. However, this face of the house still looks a bit plain. I don't know, the white dots are kind of jarring. Like the wood texture works, just the rest of it does not. Maybe I'm just overthinking it and it's actually fine. But still, maybe it needs something, right? Is that better? Maybe for this house, but not so much for this one. Well, I'm going to go work on the tower because I am out of ideas for this area. Now for the path up. Nice. You know how I said I was going to build the tower? Yeah, well that's not happening. I've got 0 ideas of what to do for it. So I'm just going to finish the houses. That's better. Whoever lives here is going to have one fancy house. It's very nice and spacious. Here we have a new house with a luxurious inside and even a bedroom. A perfect living quarters for all your needs. Another house done. 2 more to go. Another house done, and it is equally as fancy on the inside with a tiny claustrophobic bedroom and a lounge room. You know, I feel like this area is real estate agent. Last house. This alley was 100% planned. It wasn't due to miscalculations, and to be honest with you, it actually does look really cool. Gives the area some atmosphere. Does this fix the house boring vibes? What if I made every house a bit different? Diamond Dog, you're not supposed to be making the place more laggy. But it looks cool. Hello villager, please step right this way into an excellent new house. It comes with a fully furnished kitchen, lounge room, and 2 bedrooms. It's our best one yet. You better get in quick, because they're selling fast. Now they might not be all completely unique, but walking down here feels great, especially when you compare it to the original. I love it. Well, it's pretty good. Although that chicken port's a bit low, but you know what, that's fine. It's fine. It's supposed to be like that. I'm actually going to spawn a few villagers since there were heaps in the original. Hey look, there's a cave here. Let's light it up. And it sucks. You know, I used to be scared of caves when I was a kid. Even in creative mode. Time to check this cave out. Ooh. Now this is some fancy cave. You don't really feel like a lot of people go caving on camera anymore. Which really sucks. Because it is kind of fun to watch at times. Dude, this is epic. I missed out on a lot. Currently successfully getting myself lost down the caves. Luckily they've got spectator mode. Is this procrastination or just a really cool cave? Not sure. I legitimately have zero clue about where I actually am in the world. It's been a few minutes. I really should be getting back to work. Oh boy, and about a mine shaft! Bruh, this cave. It never ends. Reminds me of one of those caves of insanity I used to explore when I was younger. I don't even think I ever found the end of those things. Alright, just a couple more minutes. Just a couple more minutes and then I'll work. Ooh, what's this? Oh, diamonds! Successful caving run. And there's even more here. Oh my gosh, it really does keep on going. Okay, I better stop. Okay, yeah, I genuinely didn't have a chance of exploring this whole cave. It is huge. Like, psychotically huge. And it connects into everything. Well, back to building. I know this is supposed to be a pool. It's a very bad pool. I think I must have gotten this off someone else's design. So this is like an umbrella and there's deck chairs. And I tried to make my own version. And it came out as this atrocity. I'll figure out something. Don't know who's gonna own the pool, but they are sure lucky. The little water pool slide, whatever it is. But this time it'll be dug into the mountain. I thought you said this was prime real estate, yet this pool looks like it hasn't been cleaned since 1.6. It's a style. Come on, it looks cool. What is it, fossilized dinosaur ruins? Don't worry, relax. I know exactly what I'm doing. So back when I built this, there was no carpet, so we had to use brown or red mushrooms as sort of like a pool umbrella, or make do with ugly thick wool umbrellas. But now as we have carpet, I might be able to try a different design. Well, it definitely looks more like a pool umbrella. Put another one here. Waffle lights. Oh, it's still really dark here. I'm not even too sure how to hide lighting here. This is gonna get interesting. Now tell me honestly, sir, Does this carpet here look bad? Nice. Now add a few gardens around it, just make it look more upmarket. Got a nice outdoor pool with a jungle themed vibe. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. Well, it makes more sense with the original. But yeah, it works. It works. Now just to do the tower. Now I could draw this tower and show you what I'm thinking, except I don't really have any ideas for this tower. So I'll just be using these blocks and hoping for the best. Okay, I think that's a little bit too big. I feel like the shape's right. It just needs details. Now I'm going to actually use stone slabs on the outside to help break up the monotonous iron, so I feel like it'll give a better contrast on the quartz. So let's see how it goes. I wonder if there's a way I can incorporate that creeper face in. Maybe it'll look better higher up. The problem with it is it doesn't stand out against anything. Maybe there's a way to fix it? Yeah, I'm really not too sure if that's actually working. Okay, I think I can keep it like this. It's not too bad. It's not super great either, but you know, it's passable. Now for some buttons and the beacon at the top. Now for the beacon. Woo! Okay, now I gotta do the interior. So I didn't really know what to do for a tower, but I figured I'd do it like real life. So you have a donations box at the door. You have a separate board for information, just in case someone wants to know. And this one has a level that goes right up to the top where the creeper face is, so you can look out. Bit dangerous, but that's okay. And just some leaves with some colour. I think it turned out pretty good. Not too bad for a completely winged tower. So, now into the final project of the day. Sheep fort and the wolf sign. So, sheep fort's just going to be like the other forts, except I'm going to be using birch leaves as the plant of choice. It's kind of cute and quaint from the inside. And microscopic. Oh gosh, look at this thing. So all these towers are lined up nicely, and then there's just that one. So, let's go. I just quickly installed the wolf sign exactly how it was in the past. And it's on to the sheep fort. Now I'm actually changing the walls up a little bit to have more variant blocks like stone and cobblestone. So yeah, it'll look like that, but on this side. Interior time. Bushes. Looking cool. It's a lot bigger than pig and chicken fort because I suppose sheep are a lot bigger than pig and chickens. So this is what I've gone for. Now just to add the sheep. Nice. It's really coming along, especially compared to the original. Although there's a few patches that still need a little bit of work, probably a custom tree or something like that. But the rest of it looks cool. Now before I leave, I'm going to update the map. Nice. Even better. Well, that's all we got time for today. Bye bye. Next time on rebuilding my first Minecraft world. Hey, I remember building this on my first day of Minecraft. Oh boy, what is this exactly? This isn't spelt correctly. Just love how my noob self was quite happy to build cobblestone cubes and call it a day. Oh, next episode is going to be an interesting experience, isn't it? This video brought to you by these memes.